Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. So guys, my initial plan was to make a video on the love marriage yoga which can be seen and spotted on the palm through palmistry, but just because I thought we can blend astrology in the same discussion only. So guys, in a nutshell, in this video we will have our discussion on when we say finding a partner of your choice or any of those list of requirements which you have from your ideal partner. So which all are the combination which give information of that? How can you see that in someone's astrological chart, and how you can verify that in the palm lines as well? So guys, I'm sure you must be knowing about this thing that in our chart, 5th house is the house of our love, romance, expression, and 7th house is the actual house of the union, like legal binding, which is also called as the marriage. So generally what people do is that they see that in the chart, is there any combination of the 5th and the 7th lord? Nothing could be better than that if you will find 5th lord and 7th lord to be conjunct in some good houses, like if they are conjunct in the 5th house, in the 7th house, in the 9th house, in the 11th house. These are some of the auspicious houses. But let's say for example, if you will find this conjunction to be taking place in the 6th house, 8th house, 12th house, then this yoga might not be that much powerful to give you good results. Now guys, comes the question that even if you have to see this combination purely from the objective of finding that love in the marriage or keeping that love intact in the marriage, so more than this combination working out or finding this combination in the main ascendant chart, the formation of this yoga in the D9 chart or the Navamsa chart becomes more important. And guys, I've seen like certain charts where people like some of those who got married just for the sake of the their security and just getting married to someone who's going to be of the same social standing. So initially love was not there, but just because in the D9 chart they have this combination, so love actually came, love actually manifested with the passage of the time in the marriage. So having these kind of combination, along with that guys, like the way people say, even if you have this conjunction of Venus and Mars in the D9 chart, what I have generally seen in my research is that if you have Venus and Mars combination in the main ascendant chart, and then if it is being amplified with the presence of like Rahu, so then it can actually make you slightly lascivious. But if you will find this combination in the D9 chart, then all of that passion, love, romance somehow get concentrated with the partner only. So yes, all these combinations and finding them in the D9 chart becomes more important. Along with that guys, while opening up any divisional chart, see, you have to be clear that the first house, the zodiac sign which you will find on the first house of any divisional chart, that zodiac sign tells about your desire towards that area represented by that divisional chart. So D9 chart, which is the chart of the marriage, so if you will find or whatsoever sign you will find in the first house rising on the D9 chart, that will give you this indication or idea that what is the driving force for this person to be in the marriage. For example, if you will find Cancer as the first house sign in the D9 chart, so emotions and feelings will play a very important role. If you will find this could be like Taurus or Libra, so love, passion, like this could be financial security might also play a very integral role. So that is what I'm saying, that all these kind of things which you have read so far, that for the love marriage, combination of the 5th house and the 7th house lord is important, but more than the ascendant chart in the D9 chart, that becomes more important. And like the way guys, I mentioned this thing that the first house or the ascendant of the D9 chart will tell about the desire and expectation which a person is going to have for the marriage, and also where exactly the path of the marriage will take you, like how much is the power that chart has to fulfill your that desire. For that, then we have to give attention in the D9 chart, in which dignity, in which house the first lord of the D9 chart is placed. So yes guys, in short, if you actually have to spot the signs of finding or seeing love in someone's marriage, in someone's courtship or relationship, this is how you have to approach the astrological analysis. Now when we reach the palmistry analysis, so now guys, I'm very much sure you would have heard it in so many of those videos that first of all you have to give attention to the mount of the Venus on the palm. So the more you will find the mount of Venus to be protruded, little bit pinkish in color with the grill kind of formation, so that tells about that the Venus energy is strong in the personality of this person. This person is eligible and respond towards love. Now second thing is that if you will find the more curved lines are, the better it is. So for example, if the heart line is curved upward, that is a win-win situation. You are flexible with your emotions to accommodate someone. You look for the higher goals and higher qualities. Guys, when an astrologer is looking at the chart, and for example, if you feel that you know everything and while quoting someone, you're just eyeing for the looks of that person or the wealth and the money which that person is making, you're getting aligned and getting obsessed with that. But how can you be confident that person might be headed towards major financial disaster, a major health crisis in next 5 years down the line? And when an astrologer is looking at a chart, we see every aspect of that, not only your compatibility now, but what kind of time is coming for both of the people. So the point which I am saying over here is that flexibility or the curved major lines is always a win-win situation. So if you will find the heart line to be curved up, and especially if it is reaching till the mount of the Jupiter, the puffed region beneath the index finger, that is generally considered as good. The curved headline will also make you very empathetic, very emotionally nurturing in the matters of the relationship. Now guys, on the bottom where you will find the via lascivia line, that might be a major concern, but generally if a girdle of Venus is there in the palm and it is not broken, it shall not be broken. Girdle of Venus just it acts like a sister line to the heart line and it amplifies its qualities. So if you will find heart line to be curved, headline to be curved, reaching till the mount of the moon, and you will find a girdle of Venus which is unbroken, then this is also a good sign. And lastly guys, generally in majority of the hands it has been seen that the line which represents your destiny, your fate, so the Saturn line or the fate line, if it is originating on the hand from the mount of the moon, if it is originating from the mount of the moon and any of the offshoot from that fate line is making any connection with the lifeline or with the mount of the Venus, so that is generally the way it has been written in the books of palmistry like Saint Germain, William G. Benham, Laurie Reed, Narayan Dutt Srimali, and also I have also seen that in my research that in these kind of cases either people get married to a partner of their choice, and in certain cases immediate after the marriage the fortune awakens in the life of that person. And adding to this, if you will also find some good symbols like a cross symbol on the mount of Jupiter, so that is also a good indication. So yes guys, this is something which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs. For further more updates and notification on the divine science of Vedic astrology, palmistry, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my Instagram account. Dhanyavad.